channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play Daggerheart.
Daggerheart!
Woo!
I am Christiana Ellis, and I am the Game Master. Our players tonight, full house for the first time in a while. Dove Archambault as Curia.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound good.
Jason Banks as Clem Jr.
Oh, hello there. I guess you didn't see me come in today.
Nobilis as Bright.
Blessings of the great golden elder slime upon all of you.
Mm-hmm. Lee Burdett as Zeke.
Guys, I don't like being in this boiling water. It's supposed to be for soup, not for us.
Millie Katie as Sue Spawn. Soupson.
Soup's on! Quite literally, apparently.
And Paul Weimer as Basilius.
We six are dropped into a dangerous time and space, menaced by zombies and fungals of unusual size, but now rocks are falling and I hope we aren't mashed into paste. Our lives and integrity we most definitely prize.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, who would like to take a stab at recapping where we left things off?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Well, if my
Oh,
recollection is correct, you all were fighting fungal tigers, and well, one pinned one of you, and then the room you walked into where it was a cave in on one side and a cave in on the other side started to cave in. Surprising,
Uh-huh.
Hence
Yeah.
my poem, yes.
Yes.
and that's where it ended.
And that's where we kind of are, kind of getting
Yes. A little
buried
bit
by
of
rocks.
a broader context is that you, in travel, the Golden Nuggets, in traveling down through the haunted ruins, encountered a fun little frog person named Riga, who does not speak your language but seemed friendly. You discussed with her that she is going to escort you to her village, which is much deeper within the caves, and having a guide you thought seemed like a good idea. She was taking you through the Fungril community in Salt Brine Falls, where you learned that there's going to be a cooking competition. But before that, you also learned that they've been having trouble with invasive spores that you believe were associated with the patchwork knight you were trying to follow. And in fact, they say that they fought a patchwork knight and seemed to kill it, but it left the sort of battle area sufficiently contaminated that they couldn't really investigate it any further. And so the Golden Nuggets, not being susceptible to these invasive fungal spores, decided to do that. And you were in the middle of that fight when we left things off on a rocks fall, everyone dies, question mark? I think no, not everybody dies. But
We hope.
well, not yet. They didn't die just from the rocks falling. So yes, but to remind everyone, just like in terms of currently in the mix still, there is this patchwork knight armor, which does appear to be like it's been damaged and it is laying unmoving on the ground. However, there does seem to be some kind of a magic inside it that is still doing stuff. And there it was also 3 sort of fungal tigers that seemed to be able to go in and out of the fungus covering the walls. And then there were also 2 of what looks kind of like fungal zombies that are kind of in the mix too. But as we left things off, let me get all my notes here back together. The one of the fungal tigers, I believe this is what it was, did an avalanche roar, which caused a cave-in. I believe we did do the roll to determine who does or does not take physical damage.
yes.
Yes. Okay. So basically where we left, though, is that you either did or didn't take that physical damage. But perhaps one of the surprising discoveries is that in the parts of the cavern that crumbled in, exposing actual rock as opposed to just the places where it was covered with this strange mosses and lichens. There was a little tunnel there, and tumbling out of that is a friend you haven't seen in a while, Clem Jr.
Oh, gosh.
Hi.
I didn't
It's
expect to find you guys here. I got a little lost.
well,
it's
you
a-
came in
it's-
just the right time.
Yes, the cavalry has arrived.
Yes. And Sue, were you here for the last one? I don't remember. I don't think
No.
so. So yes, then Clem accidentally drops a backpack, and out of that tumbles Sue.
Yeah,
I
I saw
have
you on the way
questions, but
down.
maybe later.
Yes.
And
So.
just so can be sure,
Mhm.
two of the fungal tigers have been hurt pretty badly, but none have been destroyed, right?
There was originally 3, and one of them has been destroyed. One
Okay.
of the remaining ones is still hurt pretty badly. The other one
Okay.
is not hurt.
Okay.
And then the 2 zombies, one of them has been hurt a little bit. The armor does seem to have been damaged somewhat, but you also don't really know how much it can take because it's already sort of like, it's a little strange that it's just physically it's completely inert. It's, something is still doing something from within it, but like it's not moving around like a person or like the one that you had been previously tracking. So something's a little funny there. But so I think right now, where the cavern previously had been completely coated, like every square inch of surface was covered by these strange mosses and funguses, that is no longer true because some parts of the ceiling have caved in, but also that has exposed a new tunnel, which is potentially like spores could get out that way if there's a new opening. And I think that there's a lot of difficult terrain all over the ground here now, so it's a little harder to move around, but I believe we have it on a party spotlight, so there's still fighting happening.
So, I mean, I'm okay jumping in.
Yep.
So, I both the fungal tigers are kind of in the walls.
I let's just say they're both out right now because after the collapse, they're both out of the moss at the moment.
Okay, so the one tiger that is more hurt, I will fire at that. Oh, don't have advantage. 17 with hope.
Okay, great. Sorry, I'm trying to at the last second also add the little dice roller thing onto the screen, and I could have done that before instead of while other things are happening. But yes, the 17 does hit the fungal tiger, and so your 15 damage, I believe, is that's going to be a 2 hit point hit for that one, and it will finish it off.
All right.
Okay,
So,
one more
yeah,
down.
So how does your attack destroy that last one?
I think there's like a basically kind of a center point where all the fungal mass is held together, and it just smashes that together, and it just falls apart.
Great.
So,
all right. The spotlight remains with the party.
Clem looks around and says, "Oh, this is exciting." And he starts to spin around, and he will whip his weapon out, this massive hammer with his what is it? His spectral weapon. Basically, you see his big hammer kind of flash, almost like he struck an anvil, and it goes and it whips out towards the 2 zombies. Let's see. That is
18 with hope. I believe is
Yep.
going to hit those guys.
Alrighty, then I will spend
Is this is attacking more than one target?
if I spend a stress to
Okay.
do with the same attack roll.
All right.
And so I will pay that to do so.
Great.
And then damage. 18
Okay.
points.
18 is pretty good. That's going to be enough to do 2 each on them. The question is what kind of damage is it doing? It sounds like it was a magic something or other related to the sledgehammer, or is it physical damage?
I'm pretty sure it is physical damage, yeah.
It is. So they are resistant to physical damage. So
Okay.
that makes it 9, which only does 1 hit point to each of them.
Okay.
But yes, you do. Your hammer is kind of like it's sort of blasting chunks of them away because there's fungal flesh. Almost how like if you had a mushroom, you could sort of like you could pinch it and pull like a chunk out of it, but it doesn't really stop the rest of it from moving. They don't seem to function the way you all do with muscles and bones and everything that need to stay connected properly. So you've removed mass from them, but they're still coming.
Well, that didn't work out as good as I thought. And you see his hammer come back to him.
All right, I'm going to steal the opportunity to spend a stress
Mm-hmm.
and conjure my armor beetles.
Okay.
Tell us about your armor beetles.
My armor beetles basically act as an additional slot of armor so that they will take damage to prevent me from
Taking damage.
taking damage. And I'm still paying attention to this armored knight dude, or this patchwork armor guy, and I've tried to hit him with fire.
Mm-hmm.
I seemed to do some when we both did it with fire, but it's still
right.
big.
Yeah. I'm at my fireflies are within close range, so I'm not like right up on in melee with him. I'm probably like 20 feet away.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try my fireflies again and see if I can burn this dude.
Okay.
So okay, that is 15 with fear.
With fear. So I'm afraid that's a miss.
Okay.
And with fear. So I think that in this case, perhaps what happens is that you were moving forward to make this attack, and I'm going to go ahead and say that you're interrupted by the lurching attack of both of these fungal zombies. They have a lurching lunge action where they can mark a stress to get an additional GM move instead of spending the fear for it. And so that's how I'm justifying that, it would be my spotlight, but that's how I'm moving both of them. And then I'm going to also retroactively, essentially say that this happening is what is perhaps why you missed.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly cool.
Yeah, so you are moving into position, trying to not be too close to this armor while you attack the armor, but you didn't realize that those slow-moving zombies had gotten closer to you than you expected. And so let's see how those guys do. +1. Okay, so the first one is going to get a 9 against your evasion.
Nope.
Second one only gets a 10 against your evasion.
Nope.
All right, so I think you are able at the last second to evade their awkward lunging attack, but they're right up on you now, even though they didn't manage to grab you.
Okay.
But spotlight
I think
returns.
I will get back to my feet, and And uh, uh, Bright swirls his wand around and points at the zombies and in the name of the great golden slime, I adjure you, and fires off an attack at them.
Love it.
Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? There it is. Oh, only an 11 with hope.
Against the zombies, that still does not hit. It is a hope,
Yeah.
so you can go ahead and
Yep.
take that hope. But I think you are successful in your attempt to get them off of swarming Zeke. But as a result, one of them turns its glassy stare in your direction and begins to lurch in your direction too. And I'm doing the same thing where I'm marking another stress from one of them to have both of them come your way.
Okay.
I have a stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's not stupid. Go ahead.
It's pretty stupid.
Oof.
Oof.
Looks like one of those zombies is probably going to hit, but go ahead. What's your
Okay.
question?
No, we know, classically, like Romero zombies and, stereotypical zombies go brains. What do fungal zombies?
I actually have a whole thing. I want to revisit your question in a moment, but I have this whole thing because the classical zombie that we think of is actually a pastiche. No movie actually has zombies that do all of those things. Wanting to eat brains is from the Return of the Living Dead series, but those zombies are intelligent. They have like all their mental capabilities. They remember who they were. They just want to eat brains now and can't die. And they also cannot be killed even if you cut their head in half. They're still like the two halves are still alive.
Oh,
but
wow.
the Romero zombies, where you have to, shoot them in the head, and then they're just lurching, glassy-eyed. They don't care about brains. They eat flesh. They eat flesh of any kind. They don't care about brains. So it's like it's. So I just have this whole thing where I think it's interesting that the common popular conception of what is a zombie is kind of a pastiche from multiple different sources, where no one source ever actually did them that way, unless it's. Anyway, but the question, though, instead here is, what are these fungal zombies like? And I think that's a great question, and I invite the players to come up with some fun details for that.
I'm going with, this is a big aside, but I don't care. Going with the way the clickers zombies in Last of Us work, which are flesh infected by fungus. These guys have little threads of meat running through them that are controlling them.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Cut them open, there's 3 mice inside. Ooh, run away.
I was just, when you're saying threads, it makes me think of ground beef right out of the grinder, where it's
yeah.
Anyway, though,
So,
one of these zombies looks, I think an 18 probably does hit your evasion.
Right.
It manages to sort of get a hold of you, and it's not trying to bite you. It occurs to you as it's grabbing you that it doesn't actually have like a traditional mouth. There's no biting to happen here. However, it does seem to be just trying to clobber you to death. So it does do 14 physical damage.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 favor to reduce that severe damage to major. But the problem is that still marks my last hit point.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Actually,
Oh, dear.
Hold
So
on.
I have.
Hold on. You don't have to use your favor, because I will mark a stress, and you hear Clem go, "Hey, lay off my friend," and he comes in and blocks the attack. He takes that hit for you.
Okay.
With ability, I will be your shield.
Yay!
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm still
Give
up.
us two.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Okay, so
Oh.
that means the 14 physical damage coming your way instead then, Clem.
Yep. And that is below. That is below my minor damage is 15, so I only take 1.
Holy crap!
Okay.
You're a tank.
I am.
Should we call you KJ?
Yes.
Love it. That is great. Clem Jr. KJ arrives just in the nick of time to save Bright from a near clobbering.
I would make good wax for my shell.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
fungus, I eat,
Okay.
just not in the way we do.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
And
spend.
if something's dead, then it can be eaten.
you have the
I'm-
impression from this clobbering that what it seems like it wants you to do is just sort of just beat you down to the ground until you don't get up and then just like lay on top of you.
Oh, I think it was
So
absorb us.
I'm gonna spend if we have the spotlight back.
You do. Well,
I'm gonna
because like I spent mine. So
Right.
back to you guys.
I'm gonna spend 3 hope to initiate a tag team. Who would like the other end of the tag team?
Should be someone other than me because we do that a lot. Somebody else
Okay.
should have that fun
Yeah.
too.
Perhaps Sue?
Um,
What does the tag team involve?
well, I
Basically,
Basically,
I-
we both roll our attacks. We
Mhm.
use the highest of the 2 rolls, and then
Okay.
add the damage together.
yeah. And so
Okay.
in the flavor, you just tell me how the two of you managed to do some attack together. So one
And what
player
I've
is
got-
spending
yeah.
3 hope to initiate this, but it's just like, you know.
Okay,
it's
so yeah, so Millie, your character uses a dagger.
Yeah.
So Bright waves his wand, and a bunch of sparkles jump from his wand to your dagger, and it is now coated with a dagger shaped coating of golden slime with a really bright sharp edge on it.
Okay.
nice.
All right.
So now you both roll an attack. And then whichever of you, you can, between the two of you, decide which roll you end up using to count for whether it hits or not.
Okay.
And then if you get a hit, then you add your combined damage together.
Okay. All righty.
Okay, mine is an 18 with hope.
It's pretty good. Who are you attacking again? It was the zombies?
Yeah.
Millie?
You're attacking,
Yeah. I was
you
going to
got a
attack
17
the.
with hope as well. But who are you attacking? Can it be whoever you
Nope.
want?
Whoever just tried to do the clobbering.
The zombies
So
were doing the
Zombie. So
clobbering.
I'll
Yeah.
do the zombie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So yes,
So-
certainly. I think it doesn't matter which you pick. Both of those would be a hit with hope. So, go ahead and both of you roll damage and. Okay, it's going to be 15 plus
13.
13. Nice. 28 damage to one of these zombies is definitely enough to do major damage. One of them was a little bit more hurt than the other. Which were you attacking?
I'd go for whoever's more hurt. I'm a rogue.
More hurt. Yeah.
Yep.
So you definitely are going to. I think your golden slime enhanced knife just cuts through this thing like like butter. Although
Like
it
butter
almost looks like
through a
you have,
knife.
yes, like butter through a knife. Yes. So yeah, I think you just you find that your enhanced dagger is just briefly like a lightsaber through this thing,
Okay.
and it just falls to
Yep.
pieces in front of you.
Oh, it's gone. It's
That
out.
one is, yeah.
Yay.
So we currently have one zombie and the armor, correct? And
And
the
a
tigers.
tiger.
Yeah,
And a
and-
tiger.
And one tiger.
And the tiger.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I'm gonna try to
well,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll try to do what Zeke did. I'm going to try to burn this armor with my hand turns into flame, and I try to burn the armor with the cinder grasp.
Okay.
Let's get this.
And I believe we had established that it had a, oh boy, yeah. So unfortunately, that is going to be a miss with fear.
Yeah, that was a terrible. I just
Yeah.
maybe I'm too distracted by the tag team to line up my shot properly, and the fire just goes
Mm.
skittering off.
Well, I
Yeah.
think what happens is that at the last second, you are about to attack the war wizard, but then you you catch out of the corner of your eye just before you're attacking that the remaining fungal tiger has looked up at the now exposed tunnel in the ceiling
Oh
and has
no.
just leapt up
Oh
with
no.
its turn. First, I'm taking my fear from your roll, and one of these fungal tigers has escaped containment.
Crap.
It has leapt up into this tunnel, where it looks like it's going to try to flee and perhaps continue spreading. And I think that distracted by that change of events is why you missed.
Crap. We
Crap.
need to catch that tiger.
Yeah. we
More
gotta get
important
that
than
tiger.
I have no idea how we do it, but we have to catch that tiger before,
I say,
unless we've now made a big problem for our friends here in the fungal
Yeah.
community.
yeah.
I'm-
Is it out of sight?
It has only just leapt up to the opening of that tunnel, so you can see that it's up there, but that opening is like 15 feet off the ground.
Okay,
So you can
I am
still
going.
see it there, but it's you know.
Well, then I'm going to try and shoot it.
Okay.
Okay, that 12 with fear. Wow.
Yeah, alas. So that's another fear for me.
And probably a miss, right?
Yeah, and I think that
Ah.
you watch your crossbow bolt go right through where the tiger was a moment ago, just before it ducks into the tunnel and is now no longer in direct line of sight.
Ah.
Clem sees.
So
Clem
that
sees
is
y'all-
my spotlight, is having the tiger now move to where it is no longer visible from the chamber you're in.
Clem sees y'all's urgency to get this tiger, and he will pat our wonderful wizardy friend on the shoulder and say, "Don't worry, I'll go get it," and you will regain 2 hit points.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
So bright.
I have a
Okay.
thing called sparing touch. I can only use it once.
Yeah.
per long
So
rest.
so you're touching our cleric now with not our sorcerer.
It's kind of a bad cleric because I can only do it once.
No. You're touching. You're healing the cleric, not the sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
You said wizardly friend. Like, wait a minute. I only have one. I'm only one point down. He's the one that's in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Well, see, I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, Bright's actually a warlock anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I
He
see him as a
pretends to
cleric.
be
Yeah.
a cleric in the sense
But
of he's
Cleric
a priest.
flavored warlock.
Yes, but,
I'm
but
a sort of paladin.
the,
And
the attributions are not 1-to-1 for D&D.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Doesn't
yeah.
work
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
and with that, I will as it's in passing because I'm going to try to jump up because I'm pretty strong.
Okay.
Although I know jumping is agility, and I want to try to jump after Mr. Tiger there.
Okay, so you're gonna try to jump up to follow.
Yep.
I think it's probably in this case I'm gonna say it's less of just a straight jump and more like clabbering up like the like rubble.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that would still primarily I would expect it to be agility. But
Okay.
in this game, I'll remind everybody that frequently you can always try to sell me on some other skill for things.
Okay.
But agility would be like the most obvious.
Okay, I'm going to spend a hope and give Clem a wall walk, so
Oh,
he can just walk right up the side. Go get
Wow.
nice.
Go get him, turtle.
Okay. Well, so I will still have you do the agility check with advantage, and part of this will be determining like how close you're able to catch up with it.
Oh, nice. Here we go. Ooh,
Look at that.
a 14 with
14.
with
Yeah.
hope.
So I think you are able to, with, you're hurrying in that direction. All of a sudden, you feel a little, magic pat on the butt from Zeke. I don't want to put that on you unless you like it. But as all of a sudden Zeke now with this magical ability, you find it much easier to climb your way up, almost just like you're running up running across flat ground, and you are able with that gift to basically catch right up to where the the tiger is, and it was it was beginning to head down through this tunnel, but you've caught up to it.
Oh, hello, kitty kitty.
And remember, this
Kitty.
is a game where you don't have to literally take turns. So if it makes the
Yeah.
most sense to keep
Yeah.
the spotlight on one player, then we can absolutely do that. Although we
Go for
certainly
it,
do
Clem.
have other adversaries back in the other room too.
Yeah.
So, but yes,
Clem.
KJ, Clem Jr. has caught up to the fungal tiger that was escaping.
I found it.
Thank you.
Smack it.
I'll remind you though that this is the one that hasn't been hurt yet, so it's probably
Right.
yeah. But in any case, so who would like to continue the spotlight?
Okay, I am. Yeah. We need to take all these things down, not just the tiger that's escaping, but I am going to, first of all, activate my Orderborn ability to use a D20 as my hope die when acting in accordance with my values.
Okay.
And that is, again, I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to activate I'm going to use the last of my hope to activate another.
So tell me what value this aligns with. I'm not giving you a hard time on it, but just what is the value that you're thinking this?
Be like the golden slime, generous with its honey, benevolence toward all breeds, welcome everywhere. And I'm going to bless Clem Jr. with another of the similar blessings that I've used before, placing a huge mass of slime on the end of Clem's hammer, in order to enhance his attack on the tiger.
Okay. What is that doing mechanically? Is he rolling
It means that my hope die is a D20 instead of a D12.
Or Clem's will be, you mean? Or
the way the power
for
works,
Okay.
when you describe how you're embodying one of these principles in your direction, you can roll a D20 as your hope die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm initiating another
Tag team.
Okay. Well,
tag
so yeah,
team.
that's the part you hadn't said. So, okay. Yeah.
All right.
So you had just watched.
Oh
boy,
crap!
Wow.
Oh,
no.
You both rolled what would be a miss with fear. So it kind of doesn't matter which one you pick. So that is going to be one more fear for me, and it is a miss. I think that. What am I doing? I think I'm going to actually. The part of your focus up on this escaping tiger is entirely appropriate and reasonable, but while your attention is there, you do have some foes still in the room with you, and so I think that the armor suddenly sort of glows again, and you watch as so this is it's eruption. Spend a fear and choose a point within far range. A very close area around that point erupts into impassable terrain.
Oh.
And what it's doing is it's closing off the tunnel that Clem and the tiger just went in.
Oh hell!
Oh
no.
And so all targets within that area must make an agility action roll. So that'll be just you, Clem.
Oh man. Danger.
Mm-hmm.
12 with fear.
And unfortunately, so reaction roll. So I don't get another fear with that. I also have to. I spent the one that I just got, right?
Okay.
But what happens is you're going to take roll. You're going to take 7 physical damage.
Okay.
And you are thrown out of the area. Now, I'm going to basically say that thrown out of the area in this context could mean one of two things, right? It could be thrown back down to where everybody else is, or it could be thrown forward into the blocked tunnel where the tiger is, but nobody else is.
Oh, God.
And if you would like to choose, instead of letting me choose, I will let you make an agility roll for that.
Okay. If I make the agility roll, then I'm gonna say it's further in with the tiger, and if it's not, then I'm back to see you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Ooh, 11
Boy,
with
yeah.
fear.
Yeah. Well, and again, a reaction roll doesn't, the hope or fear doesn't matter, but it is a failure. So unfortunately, the damage you took was from having the rocks under your feet suddenly lurch up and send you tumbling back into the cavern, with the tunnel where that fungal tiger escaped through now impassable from this side.
And so we would have to burst through that again?
You'd have to do something, potentially. Like, it is at least, like I said, what the description here is, erupts into impassable terrain. So that just means that you can't go that way unless you have some way to remove that impassable terrain. But I'm also going to spend one more fear to have the remaining zombie try to... let's see. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who it attacks.
Oh, boy.
1. That is Curia.
Okay, well. She's not happy about it, but...
Boy.
Ooh.
That's a
Oh,
no,
20.
no, no.
A 20 on the die. I believe... I can't remember if we had... I can never remember whether adversary rolls can be critical.
I believe they can.
But only on an actual 20.
I
Yeah,
believe
it's a
that is correct. So I was just double checking because sometimes it's a little weird. But yes, I believe that's correct. I'm just going to go ahead and say that's a regular hit. And that's 2d6 plus 5. So 12 physical damage as... this remaining zombie takes advantage of everybody, looking up at where the tiger had gone.
Ouch. That is major damage, so I'll spend an armor to bring that down to 1.
Okay. All right. The spotlight returns to the party.
Clem comes kind of skittering back down the walk wall, and he's like, well, that definitely didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I'm just going to assume if that tiger gets away, that's not a good thing.
No.
No, that's a very bad thing.
Yeah.
And so you'll see Clem brace himself and take his hammer, and he's going to double hand just throw it straight at where he was. We'll have to get through there.
Well, here's a question. Do we want to take care of business here and then go, or
Well,
split the
well,
party?
If we don't take care of that armor, it's going to continue to impede us. We need to destroy it at least.
Armor? And because Clem hasn't seen the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeke and Baz are standing next to it.
Well, it's not moving.
But it's
It's
radiating
still
power.
active somehow.
Yeah.
It is still active.
Is there a spot that I could be in very close range to both the armor and the remaining zombie?
Yes.
All right, so if I may, I am going to mark a stress, shadow step, so that I'm at least I'm cloaked, so that I can got um sneak
Sneak
attack,
Mm-hmm.
and then cast Rain of Blades to
Whoa.
grab both of them.
Nice.
So my spell cast roll,
Mm-hmm.
14 with hope.
That is a 14, and so that is so I guess that would you're applying because they're both within range. That is potentially it's targeting each of them separately.
Yeah,
right?
it's conjure throwing blades that strike out at all targets within very close range. They then take magic damage.
Yes. So the zombie 14 does hit the zombie, and so
Okay.
you will take the and magic damage. It's not resistant to. The armor is 14 is not enough.
Okay.
But that still counts as a success for all of you, though, because you hit the zombie.
Yay.
So how much damage does that take?
There's that damage, and then
So
sneak attack on top of it.
13 is enough. Yeah, okay, and then it's actually 20 with
20.
the sneak attack. That is enough to finish off that zombie. As your rain of blades just tear it to pieces.
But I take it doesn't hit the armor.
But it doesn't
Correct.
hit the armor.
Yeah, you hear a couple of clink, 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 clink as they manage to just be deflected by the armor serving its intended purpose.
Being armor.
Yep.
Being armor.
Okay. I'm going to. Have we determined that the armor is resistant to physical damage?
So I believe that we had established last time. I think we did a thing where it was. I was trying to remember, like, if it had been resistant to fire or something. I think what it actually does is,
it's got a ward.
Yeah, it's got a ward that it does instead. So, right now it's it doesn't have any specific resistances, but what it can do is sort of like cause damage back at someone who attacks it.
Right, and that's why I'm trying to stay out of range of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast my fireflies at it again.
Okay.
And see if we can hit this thing. Okay.
Okay.
So that's a 21
is going to hit. It's a hit with fear. So I'm going to take my fear, but go ahead and roll your damage for your successful hit.
And that is a 14.
14, and this is magic damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it actually doesn't specifically matter.
Fire damage.
Yeah, so it's that 14 is enough to do 2 hit points on it. And it has taken some damage already, and so it is definitely looking like you are on the verge of just like this armor no longer managing to like be a cohesive suit of armor, right? Like it's you can see parts of it are sort of being sundered and scorched through, and it seems like it's sort of collapsing on itself a little bit. It is definitely, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on with it because it's a suit of armor that's not moving. It's just glowing and doing weird stuff. But the glow is kind of flickering. How about that? It's your indicator that it's, yeah. But, and so it does, you were not within close range, and so it was not able to do its warding sphere reaction against you. But it does, on its turn, I spend a fear to unleash a precise hail of magical blasts. All targets in the scene must make an agility reaction roll.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Targeting 16.
This is why we're trying to kill this thing.
Oh no.
12.
Okay.
9.
18.
Wow. Okay.
18
So
is good.
it looks like only KJ or Clem Jr. Oh no, and then Basilius. Yeah. So basically, if you got 16 or better, then you are not going to take any damage. If you did not, then you are going to take only 6 magical damage.
Okay.
But
That's minor, and I will use favor to absorb that.
And I'm going to use hope to have my keep my beetles active and have my beetles absorb that damage.
I keep not changing the fear die because I keep immediately spending every time I get the spotlight for a fear. So, I could have changed it to 5 and then back to 4 just now. But
Basilius,
yes.
let's do a tag team. I'll spend the hope.
I'm down for this. Okay.
Okay. So I imagine basically, you breathe your lightning breath out, and kind of Curious arrow kind of deflects it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's try that.
Who are you attacking? The armor?
The armor, yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna now. Okay, here's the question: can I spend a hope on Elementalist to get a +2 bonus to my attack roll in a tag team?
I think if you would if your normal attack would let you do that.
Yeah, my normal attack would let me do that.
Then yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then that was what I will do.
It would just be a fear on top of the 3 being spent for the tag team.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and you better hope so, because I was just, okay, there you go. 25.
25
is pretty good. I was lucky too, because the 14 with hope would not have been.
Oh, I'm glad I ramped up that attack roll.
So the 25 with hope certainly will be. So your tag team against this armor is going to hit.
All right.
Okay, so I'm using a stress to activate Ruthless Predator.
Okay, I'm going to spend 3 hope and re-roll that that 1 on the D8.
Okay. All right. So 21 damage for.
So actually,
Furia, and then
an 11. No, 10 for me instead of 4.
Okay, so 10 plus 21 is 31. That is definitely going to finish off this armor. I think that. Describe what this attack looks like again.
So, Basilius
Breathes lightning,
and Kira fires an arrow through it, and it focuses it to drill into a weak spot on the armor.
Nice.
Shocking.
So I think as the attack gets channeled magically into one of the very few real gaps in the armor, there's sort of a detonation inside, and you watch as pieces of the armor just sort of scatter apart, tumbling and just like clattering across the ground, empty.
It is completely empty.
Or at the very least, at initial appearance, what it looks like happened is that you just sort of sent scattering pieces of an empty suit of armor. So I would say you could look at it more closely, perhaps, if you want to take the time to do that. But at least at first glance, that is what seems to have happened. None of them are glowing any longer, though.
Okay.
All right. Which means that the tiger the fungal tiger that has escaped is the only remaining adversary. If you are considering yourself still in combat, because you could think of that as like,
we gotta go catch it.
If you're wanting to stay in initiative for that, then we absolutely can.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So Clem,
Yes.
you are going to try bashing that hole open.
Indeed, it's what a hammer's best for. And I will whip my hammer at that hole in the wall, that or where the hole was,
Yep.
and let's hope that works.
Love it. We are looking for a 16 because that is the difficulty of the creature that created the blockage.
So, I have an experience called I've read my father's notes. Would that allow me to add 2 to this roll since it's kind of like construction or forging with a hammer?
Uh, yeah. I
It's
would
like
I
strength.
would invite you though to give us just a little taste of what was in the notes or a memory you have of your father that is specifically related to like breaking up debris or swinging the hammer effectively or something
And
like that.
so as Clem is about to throw this hammer at the wall, he says, "This reminds me of the time my dad told me he bumped into a friend of his. It was a capybara. He said he'd never been backed in so hard in his life. And he got to practice. They have this weird cartilage thing, and it was like really cool. And he learned how to hit things really hard and break down walls because capybaras can only defend themselves with their butt."
Capybaras
I
sound
was
weird.
I was remembering the other universe where there's a party of animal folk collapsing a mole
A
mine.
treehouse.
It's a-
There's a treehouse too, I guess. Anyway,
Oh, yes, we did collapse the treehouse, didn't we?
the expansion for the root is out now, so if we wanted to play that some more at some point, we could. Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway,
but yes, go ahead and do the roll. You can use that experience. Good.
I
21
want fear.
is certainly a success. So that's a fear. I get a fear, but you are going to break through the opening. And so I think in this case, the fear, I'm going to say, I'm going to just roll a 1d6 and say, you're going to take 3 physical damage coming your way just from shrapnel from blasting the stones away. But it does mean that it is my, my spotlight. And I think what the spotlight is this tiger is basically just, is escaping. It can't just duck into the walls like it did before because this tunnel is not covered with that fungus already. So it is just like climbing up through that tunnel. And so you don't see it, but you hear it ahead of you in the tunnel, kind of scrabbling through. And so my spotlight is just that it has gotten farther ahead.
It hasn't got far, though I'm not very fast.
Okay, I'm going to jump up with my Caprine leap.
Yeah.
You can leap anywhere within close range, as though you were using normal movement.
Boing.
And
Swung.
then I'm going to start sprinting after it.
Okay, great. Make an agility roll for me.
Okay. And I haven't been using it, but I actually do have the Ridgeborn community. You have
Right.
advantage on rolls to traverse dangerous cliffs and ledges, navigate harsh environments, and use your survival knowledge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so you can roll that with advantage, and I'll actually also just say that a 13 or better will catch you up with it.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
20!
20!
Nice.
Yes. So you leap up into that tunnel and start sprinting up of it. Using you very sure-footed, finding all of the. For a collapsed tunnel, there's a lot of places where you could turn an ankle or step on something that's not stable, but you know just where to place your little hooves. And
My little hoofies.
Yes, and you catch up to this fleeing fungal tiger, which does just seem to be, at the moment, single-mindedly trying to just get far away from where the battle was.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
party still has the spotlight.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and leap up to it.
Okay. Go
With
ahead and make
agility.
Your agility, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
All right,
no.
so
Oof.
I think that with the hope, you're making your way up, but you are climbing up to this tunnel, but you're not able to just like jump right up to it and start sprinting again
Yeah.
like Zeke was.
Okay.
So you're making progress though. So like
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to run through the tunnel like on your next opportunity.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's just a little slower than Zeke was.
Yeah.
I am going to mark a stress and shadow stepper
Oh yeah, there you go.
to
Oh,
like
Mhm.
right next to it.
Sure. Make let's see. Let's pitch me a skill to use for trying to, because it's out of line of sight. So your ability to try to know where to shadow step
Um
to.
oh, let's see.
I mean, instinct would certainly apply, but if you want to pitch me something else.
Well, let's see what did I have was well, I do have a danger sense, which
Yeah.
usually means that I can like force some force an attack reroll.
Mm-hmm.
But like just the I'm a bodyguard, I kind of have an idea of where
Here's a question
things
for
are,
you.
but I also have where the places did you go as an experience?
Oh,
Mhm.
love that. Okay. But just briefly for flavor, your shadow step, are you teleporting or is it like you can move through the shadow? Where technically like are you literally just poof you're here then you're there, or are you in your own experience of it moving through the shadow deliberately and emerging somewhere?
Um
Does that make sense, the question?
yeah.
Okay. This is just for flavor, I think.
Yeah, I think for flavor I'm well, it does say to disappear from where you are and reappear in another shadow.
Sure, I'm just saying what's your
So
subjective experience of that?
I think it is a teleport in my experience
Okay.
because like not quite a nightcrawler bamf,
Sure.
but close because nightcrawler doesn't need to use shadows for it.
So what's your onomatopoeia comic balloon for it?
Um,
Foop. Foop. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and I was going to say yeah, like instinct, but if you want to put your experience on there, spend a hope for it. But yeah,
yep.
go for
All
it.
right, so spend a hope. To put so that's still instinct,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
but add
Plus.
2.
Okay. Yeah, 14 is
See, with
yeah.
hope.
The 13 is the difficulty for this creature. So I'll say that yeah, your 14 lets you catch up with it. You emerge from the shadows. In fact, I will even give you that you can emerge in front of it instead of behind it.
All right. And then shadow bind,
Okay?
which is a spell cast roll, very close range, gets restrained if I
oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
16.
16 is a success. It's with fear, so I'll have a spotlight.
Yeah.
But go ahead and what is your
basically at this like I think, and then all the shadows that like are around just kind of like turn into tentacles and start start wrapping themselves around the fungal tiger.
Okay, great. So I think that it's and it's restrained.
It is restrained.
Okay. Which means that it can't move. I
But
always
it can
just
still attack.
Yeah.
and I was also just like I would have to spend a fear to end that. But yeah, but I think right now it's sort of immediate thing. I think is just going to be to just literally try to bite and claw at you in its way.
Yeah.
Which it has +3, so. That's a 12 against your evasion.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think so.
14.
So, yeah, so I think it sort of, tries to bite and claw at you, but finds itself hampered by those shadow bindings on it, and it's confused why it can't move. It doesn't seem to understand what's happening.
Next.
Okay, I'll also try climbing up to this tunnel to try to join the fray, as it were. So I
Okay.
guess it's an agility roll. I also have Bridgeborn, so I have advantage on this roll.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an 18 with fear.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the fear. Um, but yeah, I think that you are able to, clamber up that slope pretty effectively and hustle on up the tunnel to catch up with where Zeke is, and then so it's a pretty narrow tunnel. It's not quite single file mandatory, but the tiger is big enough that it blocks. So basically, you could stand next to Zeke, but then there's the tiger, and then there's Sue on the other side.
Okay.
So yes, but because you rolled with fear, it is now my turn, and
Yes.
the tiger has now looked down to sort of it's going. I'm going to spend a fear to, or I guess just spend its regular spotlight to have it, sort of gnaw and tear at these shadows binding it to make it not restrained any longer. But that's all it's doing right now. And it is still obstructed. Like it can't, it would have to like push past Sue somehow to keep going right now. And so, but it's back to you guys.
Okay. I'd like to go so I can finish getting up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would that require get
yes,
the distance require agility
because
roll?
you technically didn't fully succeed before, so go ahead and do another agility roll.
So is this to get up or to get go the distance?
It's both. It's to finish climbing up and then to catch up.
Okay, because I have an ability I would use for distance.
Well, it's both, so it includes that.
Okay. $13 with hope.
Yeah. So I think with that you're gonna catch up. Although you're kind of you're in a little bit of a traffic jam bottleneck right now because you've got folks ahead of you. But
I'm staying back because I'm effective at range.
Okay. What are you doing, Bright? Are you just kind of hanging out and letting them chase this thing?
Fred's a
Cheering
little
them on from below because I'm
You're-
an old man and I don't do climbing around so well.
You're also a little wrecked.
Yes. Well, not so much since Clem helped me out, but I'm there's not a lot of room up there, so I'm catching my breath.
Yes. Okay, so I think that that last attack was with hope, so the party still has the spotlight. Sounds like we've got we've got like everybody except Bright basically surrounding this thing now. Yeah. Only Sue blocking its way that it was trying to go, but everyone else is kind of like packed up behind it now.
Zeke, we've never done a tag team. How about we do a tag team, Zeke?
Yeah, we can do a tag team.
I breathe and you. What do you want to do?
I summon fiery bugs of hell.
Oh, so the fiery bugs of hell will get extra lightning from my breath. I like it. Let's do that.
All right. Hold on. Let me bring this back up. Okay.
I'm gonna spend a hope to boost his attack again. I need to be doing this more often to hit more often, especially against hard targets.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Oh, that's a 15 with fear.
That's a 15 with hope.
With hope.
I think we'll take the 15 with hope, please.
I think we might. One second.
Was a 15 a hit or is it miss?
15 is a hit for the
Okay.
the fungal tigers. This
Okay.
only the armor had a
Okay.
harder difficulty
Then
than that.
let's.
So go ahead and do your. Okay.
Right. So total
23.
23.
23 is enough to do 3 hit points of damage to it, which is a pretty substantial hit. However, this one had not been hit previously
all.
before,
Mhm.
so it's still got some strength to it. But that's a
palpable
significant hit
hit.
for sure. Like, you've I think what's the sort of describe the nature of the wound that it would have gotten from that combined attack.
I think that my fireflies would have not only set it smoldering a little bit, but would also have, kind of electrocuted it. So it's kind of
Yes.
going like this now.
Twitchy, twitchy.
Now, are the two of you in melee range or not?
I think in this particular case we are.
Yes.
All right. So I don't need to be cloaked to sneak attack.
Nope.
And
So
it's looking at us. Go stabby stab it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will stab it with just with my dagger. 25 with fear.
Okay. Certainly
Well,
it will hit.
So it's that plus that. So 18 points of damage.
18 is for this thing. It is moderate, so that's another 2 hit points. It's not down yet. It's very wounded at this point. It's definitely like got all of sorts of tears and gouges and everything in it, but it's still sort of lurching around. Very much the dangerous like a wounded animal scenario.
Yep.
Almost exactly like that. In fact, this wounded animal is very much like a wounded animal.
Carry
I
a
guess-
Clem, put it down.
I guess technically the
But
fungus is
it's
not
fear.
Yeah. So, but it was fear. So it is my spotlight. I've also accumulated some fear now. I think that it is. It's going to do another avalanche roar, spending a fear to do that. And so as it roars, it's going to start this tunnel caving in. And everyone is going to once again need to make an agility reaction roll. You're looking for 14 this time.
Here we go again. Ow.
Oof.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So it looks like
Ouch.
that's. Are we missing one still?
Well,
Right.
Bright is not
Bright's
up
not-
here.
Right. Yeah. So Bright would not. Yeah, that makes sense. So, oh boy, that's a higher roll too on the damage. That's 16 physical damage for anyone who failed that.
Okay, I'm gonna take an armor
Okay.
slot, so I
Roll.
only take 1
Yeah.
damage. Ow.
Yeah.
Armor slot.
I'm doing an armor slot because otherwise I would be out.
Well, we
Oh,
can't
no.
have that.
And not only that, but basically it has caused a cave-in in this already unsteady tunnel. So I think basically the whole tunnel right now is difficult terrain, and I think that you basically cannot easily run through it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it to try and finish it off.
Okay.
18
Okay.
with
And
fear.
18 will hit. It's with fear. So go ahead and roll the damage.
And I'm just going ahead and doing the my ruthless predator again to because I want to put this thing down.
Okay. So that is enough to finish this fungal tiger. Your shots tear through the last remnants of whatever it had, keeping it animated, and it falls limp. However, this tunnel is now very unstable. You're not only has it made it everything difficult terrain around you. Some of you are like half buried in the rubble, but it feels like it is about to be worse. And so basically, I think right now, I'm setting a countdown where you think the tunnel is going to collapse entirely at a countdown of let's say
Something.
6. I'm going to set a 6. So what that means, I think, is that y'all might want to start making rolls designed to get you out of a collapsing tunnel.
Yeah. Back.
If I can see out the other side of the tunnel, I'm good enough. And also, I'm pretty aware of what the terrain is on the other side. I'm just going to shadow step.
Okay. I think with the magic that's essentially a teleport, there's not a roll required for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so Sue is now has reached safety, but that's just only helps Sue.
Is this affecting
Okay.
the cavern where I am as well?
No, this is just that other tunnel. However, I'll remind you that both the way you came in and the other entrance of the normal cavern were already blocked. So you're still stuck there, but you're not in the midst of an active cave-in.
Right.
Okay. Kyria would like to use instinct to perceive, sense, or navigate. Try and figure out what, how to move without,
Okay.
destroying everything.
I think we're looking for a 14. Oh, well, I did kind of just say that right as you, so I said it before I saw what you rolled. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think unfortunately a 13 with fear is not, it's a failure with fear. That's going to be 2 drops on the countdown.
Okay. Uh-oh.
So you're making some progress towards getting out, like, but it's everything's still very unsteady. Seems like it's getting worse. I think what you realize is that the way that you tried to start leading people was just causing more vibrations, and the cave-in seemed like it was accelerating.
Okay, someone else?
It's either you, me, or Clem.
Well, Clem is still at the basically the mouth of the thing because he's kind of big, so he hadn't gone in after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go. See.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so Clem could potentially do something to try to help the others get out.
Yes.
Yeah, I think probably the best way to go is to try and go back. We're not that far.
Yeah.
So if we can get, that's my thing, is that I think we can, if we go back the way we were.
Yeah, back where Bright is.
Well, see,
yeah.
my assumption was that was what you wanted to
Yeah.
do, so that
Yeah.
you don't like get advantage for doing the obvious thing.
No,
You're gonna need to make a roll.
Okay, but that way is blocked. It's got.
I mean, you could
No.
potentially go forward, but then you would be stuck completely separated from the rest of your party.
Yeah. We don't
My
know
assumption
what's
was
at
you wanted
the,
to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We
so
don't
it's
know
just
where
about
the
the dollars and how
tiger
we're
is heading.
Yeah, how we're
So
getting
my
back
point
to the
is
cavern.
that just saying we want to go back is not a move. You need
No.
to tell me that.
I'm trying to
sure.
to get my thought as
Yeah.
to what's my best bet.
Sure.
My instinct is to turn into a bear and push through.
Okay.
To clear
So
the way.
Just to kind of use strength to sort of like
on your
hold
way
up
through.
parts of the wall and sort of like just force through, and then maybe everyone else can sort of like stay behind you is the idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I think do you mark a stress or something to transform?
Yeah, I mark a stress.
Okay, so go ahead and do that, and then make a like a strength roll, or strength. just sort of force your way through.
And I tell you what, I would like to spend a hope to use never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. And that is a 24.
24.
Oh.
So I think that I'm gonna say so Sue is safe, Bright is safe, Clem is at the mouth of this tunnel, so like he's safe. So Zeke, Basilius, and Curia are still making their way out, right?
Yeah.
So I think with that, that's a success. I'm going to take a fear, but so I think what I'll say is the countdown does tick down for the fear, because you got a fear, but you all are much closer to the opening now. So you're not all the way out, but you've made forward progress. So you're much closer to where you can see the opening back into the cave you just came from.
And as you guys see the opening of the cave, and Clem sees that there's a bear barreling at him, he's going to jump out of the way and go back down to the ground. Oh, well, that was a surprise. You're all
Bear
furry
coming
now,
through.
Zeke Express.
Yeah.
Baz, do you have something in mind?
I'm just following behind my currently large friend here. I don't have anything.
Okay.
I don't have anything special.
I was thinking finesse to try and control steps so that not dislodge anything.
Sure. Look at that.
Hey.
That's a crit.
There
Yes.
you go. Thank you.
I think with the crit, I think the assisting, making use of Zeke the Bear's powerful and large form, holding, like just being able to like barrel through the places that are starting to get obstructed, and using your finesse to keep those of you that are still, following behind the bear in a place of safety as you draft after him. Then I think you're all able to make your way back into the fungal contaminated cavern, but watching as this tunnel that the tiger had tried to escape through has now become entirely collapsed to the point that it would take a substantial amount of time to clear the debris.
Yeah. I would like to throw in what I think is cute is that Clem Jr. Backpedals out of the cave because there's a bear coming for him, and the bear just kind of takes a flying leap, spread-eagled, and lands right on top of him, so that they're now rolling back and forth on top of Clem's shell.
Don't see that every day.
Curia and Baz can use that as kind of like a springboard to help them get down.
Sounds like a circus act.
It does.
It does.
That is what a tag team between Clem and Zeke the Bear looks like.
Oh, at least
Okay.
everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Those-
That collapsed tunnel is actually a good thing. Now we need to get out and
Now we have to escape this trap.
yeah. Okay.
Do we know, so do we know what is making these things?
We're gonna go out the way we came
Fellows
in.
dressed in the armor like that.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking we should take that armor and see what we might be able to learn from it.
I don't know if we'll be allowed to take it back into the community.
Well, then we need to
let's
do
at
that
least
here.
take a look at it.
Then
while
we
we're
need to look
here.
at it here. I don't think we'll be allowed to
I
take
definitely
it there.
want to examine that armor and see if there's anything I can learn from it.
That seems like a good idea to me. How about a knowledge check?
Okay, now I would love to use Underworld Scholar, but I don't have any hope left. So I'm going at this just on knowledge by itself.
Okay. And I think that 16 is the main target for full
Yeah.
information.
Ugh,
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
9.
You find that
It's just too battered to.
well,
To.
there's that. I think part of what it is you also sort of recognize that when you first, like, when you had seen it active, like there was a glow happening. And then I think as it first got blasted apart, there was a little bit of a residual glow that was kind of going out. But then while you were sort of distracted, making sure all of your friends survived being in a collapsing tunnel, like
Mm-hmm.
like a normal human being with emotions,
Yeah.
you realize when you kind of come back to it that any residual magic on it has dissipated. And
Yes.
so if you were going to be able to glean something from that piece of it, then you may have lost that opportunity. However, you do, in looking through it, first, you got to roll with hope, so go ahead and take that hope.
Mm-hmm.
The hope that you would have used.
Yeah.
But I think what you discover is, although the armor did appear to be empty, there is sort of a strange, like, network of, like, straps and pulleys inside that are in a position where, like, a body wouldn't fit in there, because they're going across places that would be full
Yeah.
of person if there was a person in the armor. And you can't really completely like put together exactly how it was all set up, because it's blasted apart now and pretty damaged. But it kind of gives you a vague impression of, like, could something have been moving the empty suit of armor, not like
From
a
inside.
magically animated suit of armor, but literally like a physical puppet?
hmm.
Well,
And you
that's
can't be
interesting.
sure or know. There's, like, maybe you get the feeling that if you were able to examine a less blown apart specimen, you would know more.
Yes.
But you have some hints there that there first, there was no physical body inside,
Right.
and B, there was some magic still in it, even though it wasn't moving anymore,
Right.
that then dissipated when you blasted it apart. So a reasonable theory might be that if it was relying on some mechanism to move the armor, perhaps the reason it wasn't moving is because that mechanism was disrupted. But the magic was still present until you defeated it, at which point you did dissipate that magic. But I think you feel like that's about all you're going to be able to get from this specimen.
Well, I will relay that to the rest of the party. Okay.
Hmm.
Fascinating. It looks like this did not have a wearer so much as a pilot.
Well,
It's kind of, I could see a clank being constructed in this way. Where
No,
it's a,
Clank is an entirely different being. It's mechanism through and through. It
well, it's
doesn't.
me. Uh, well, I
So
guess I
just
don't really know enough.
to be clear, this was not like a robot inside. I'm saying it's literally an empty suit of armor that has, like, straps and pulleys controlling it
Okay.
like a marionette somehow.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's, yeah. I think what you know of Clanks is that's not what they're like.
Okay.
Well, I think we've accomplished what we were sent in here to do, and
Yeah.
I am interested in getting back out because I've got studying I want to do here.
Yeah. I presume getting picking up any piece would probably make the
Yes, and
Yeah.
actually, I was
angry.
thinking of doing our best to sterilize the fungus that's on the walls here. So
Yeah.
You
I
like
was
so you could
thinking so too.
look for ingredients if you wanted, but you're right that you believe that the Fungril would likely want to not let
Yes.
you take that back into the city.
I'm thinking a piece of the armor, like a little.
I
Right.
mean, you tell me if you want to try
I,
it.
I advise against it just because they were very clear that they did not want any contamination from this place.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think we should leave everything here,
Okay.
and your firebugs and sparkles and everything else we can do to wipe this place as clean as we can would be probably quite appreciated by our hosts. So
I agree.
I think we should go about doing that, those of us who have the tools for said.
So
Okay.
I'll remind you that the opening that you came through also suffered cave-in, and so I would
Yeah.
say right now, just sort of a straightforward, hey, let's just work on moving the rubble out of the way. You'd be looking at a few hours of work to do that.
Yeah. So
If some of you wanted to try to speed that up in some way, we could do some rolls for it, but otherwise it's just a few hours of actually
how
just
about if
clearing.
those of us who have got some kind of tool that we can use to
Sterilize.
sterilize, we do that, and those of you who do not, you go work on the
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah.
That makes
Okay.
sense to me.
And that's what Clem's gonna do. He's gonna go and try to clear a path for us to get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeke the bear, since he is still a bear, is going to go help with the digging part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I said, if it, like I think rolls are only necessary if you want to try to
Yeah.
do something fancy to speed things up, but otherwise I'll just basically say it makes sense that between the six of you, you can divide that labor. You have magic that you think could probably burn a lot of these spores, and there's a lot to burn, but you could do it. It just will take some time, and same with moving the debris. And so we can just say that a few hours of hard work later, and we can show that you have as best as you can determine, sterilized the cave, and you have made enough of an opening in the tunnel that you can return to the Salt Brine Falls community.
Yes.
And now we have to worry about sterilizing us.
Yeah. Well, at least it shouldn't be. Yeah. They know we're coming and know what we've been doing. So
I mean, they kind of asked us to look into this, so
yeah. So we'll
At
go
least
to
that sheriff
the
did. Yeah.
go
that
to the
sheriff did.
checkpoint.
So I think when you return to this checkpoint, you discover, first of all, you find that there are definitely more Fungril there than there was before, and it looks like there's the people that were like stationed as like guards, but then there's also a bunch that seem to have like a lot of like buckets and brushes, and they're still wearing sort of like the protective suits, but it looks like they are prepared to clean you all.
Scrub us down.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Yeah.
Yep. Happily accede to
Haven't
this.
had a bath in a few
Okay.
days, anyways. This will be a good thing.
Yeah.
So I will say, I'll offer here that Sheriff Shiitake Portobello has a messenger in the process of you all getting decontaminated, which is taking a little while, because they're having to search through all your stuff, and they want to really just like scrub you down because you went to a known contaminated area. But he shows up to, I think, just while we can imagine you all getting the I'm thinking of like the beginning of Shawshank Redemption, where they're like getting the anti-lice powder thrown on them, and then getting sprayed with a hose and then scrubbed with those brushes. That's basically what's going on here. But the sheriff is here to basically find out how it went. It's like, I'm glad to see all of you apparently healthy coming out of that place. When we saw the cave-in, we were a little worried that things might have gone awry, but I'm glad to see you all come back safe and sound. A little worse to wear, I might say, but healthy.
Yeah.
No symptoms aside from some bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
Nothing we couldn't handle. But
So
it was
what'd you find out?
Well, the armor had animated some fungus zombies and tiger-shaped creatures that attacked us, and we wrecked the armor and destroyed the creatures. One of them tried to get away, but the tunnel that it was in has collapsed. It was up above the one that we were in. So I don't know how these things work. I'm sure you can figure out what tunnel that was.
There's a little button mushroom fungril that's saying, "Hold your arms up."
And we managed to destroy all of the creatures and the armor that was animating them. So
the
it
armor
seems all
did still
clear.
have some kind of power.
indeed.
Yeah, it did. It
Yeah.
did. It was in spite of the fact that it had no occupant, it was still
No
doing
occupant.
things. No.
No, animated or controlled remotely, perhaps.
If you
Oh, I don't know. Those straps that we saw seemed to indicate that there had been something inside it, but it wasn't
Yeah, but-
that wearing
I-
it.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
It was small, I think.
yeah, if you encounter another one of those, don't consider it dead until it's in pieces.
Well,
The
you know,
armor
I
completely
that-
disarticulated.
I was kind of worried about that, right? Like it stopped moving, but all of those things that seemed like they had been following its commands were still kind of active even when it stopped moving. So I was a little worried that there was something of that nature going on. But as I mentioned, you know, so that cavern was just overgrown with those spores. So we felt like it wasn't safe to even check it out any closer. But, you know, thank goodness y'all came along when you did.
Did our best to sterilize and get rid of any kind of spores that might leak out while we were digging our way out, just so that to lessen the risk.
Well,
to
you
the
know, I tell
community.
you, Saltbrain Falls and the Fungril here owe you our thanks. I think you have certainly earned yourselves an invitation to tonight's festival gala. Although, you know, so if you, I know we talked about the cooking competition. If you were actually still interested in participating in that, you could certainly make your wishes known there. But whether you do or do not, you can certainly be guests of honor at that gala.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of folks will be
Sounds
excited
good.
to hear about your adventures and what you found in that cavern.
Like parties.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Do you need any place to like rest up or you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, please.
I figured you might. I'm just looking at you all getting scrubbed down right now. It doesn't seem like a lot of fun, but I appreciate you being so cooperative with our precautions. I
We
think you saw
understand,
for
yeah.
yourself what we're afraid of.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know,
You know, because in case it wasn't clear, you know, you mentioned a couple of zombies. I mean, those were our people.
Yeah.
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 I-
Is that what happens to your people if they're infected?
Well, you know, we have found some limited success if the contamination is caught early, but it requires you know, a removal of the infected flesh basically, and that's not always you know, a good time. And if it's sufficiently advanced, then we can't stop that process.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of a treatment I've seen for arrow wounds where they break off the the haft of the arrow and then like use a knife to dig the head out of the flesh.
Yep.
Not fun.
That's
Indeed.
never fun.
Well, so in any case, what we can certainly provide for you is a place where you can rest up, collect yourselves, and whatever preparation you feel like you'd like to make before tonight's gala. We can get you a nice, nice cozy spot.
That would be
Or
welcome.
wait, cozy. I don't know. You maybe you want cozy. If you want fancy, you got that too.
I'm good with
Cozy's
cozy.
good.
All right. So once you are all kind of scrubbed down and your stuff inspected for spores, they deem you, you know, these nuggets are clean.
Golden. It's all
Yes,
golden.
you are brought back into this community, and as you emerge from that tunnel, there are actually a lot of people kind of standing around who, when they see you, start cheering.
Yay!
Aw.
We've done good.
And I think you are taken just for fun. I'm gonna say you are taken all the way up in this big central skyscraper toadstool thing, like up to the little penthouse suite.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm
Cool.
gonna basically suggest that this is basically like you're getting the presidential suite of the local fancy
Right.
hotel.
So a normal downtime rather than a beast downtime.
Yes. Well, so I think there is probably a Barry's in town if you wanted to do that, but you can also do like a normal. But I was also not necessarily thinking of this per se as a long rest, although we can do it that way if you want.
Well, like a short rest.
Well, it can be what you want it to be. I'm just saying that like this is a place where narratively you can kind of get cleaned up and decide what else you might want to
Yeah.
do to prepare for the
Well,
before the gala.
okay.
Because the thing is, well, I don't know, like if you want it to be a long rest, it can be a long rest. You all tell me what you want it to be. Basically, they're saying, sounds like you want to go to the gala tonight. You are
Yes.
invited. It is up to you
Yeah.
to decide what you want to do between now and then.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of things that are on my list. One is I want to try and find a contact to be able to learn Reggie's language.
Rigas.
Vegas?
Rigas.
Because,
Riga's language.
Rigas net
Yeah.
language.
yeah. Oh, that'll be
and
interesting.
even if I
We
can't
need to
learn,
introduce
I
them.
can't learn it, of course, in a day or two, but some kind of reference or at least learn a few phrases
Sure.
to be able to begin to communicate with her.
You do know that at least some of the Fungril here do seem to speak it. Riga does
yeah.
rejoin you, by the way, on your way into the hotel, and
Yeah.
gives you all little hugs around the waist,
Aw.
except for those of you. Sue is same size, so gets a regular hug.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And we'll introduce her to Clem.
Yeah.
Ooh, hello.
There's definitely a walks up and just kind of gestures like you're big.
It's nice to meet you. And Clem will pick them up and put them on his shoulder.
They sit up there and they're just like.
Her looks a lot different from up there.
All right, so I think there's a few moments where anyone looking will spot Riga kind of like looking down inside the shell.
And their eyes get really, really big.
Their eyes are already really big, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
I didn't know ribbon eyes could inflate.
So I guess Bright, you can try to I don't know that we need a role to find if you want to have a contact like an NPC that we could have in the future, we could do a role for that. But if you also just want to ask someone, hey, is there a place where I could study Riga's language? We could do a role for that too, right? Like, so the contact isn't necessary as an
I don't know.
intermediary.
I'm not even worried too much about a contact. It's more just some kind of place where I can get, you know.
Okay. It's a little sort of a Rosetta Stone, basically,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's got, you know, a variety of like uh, pictures and then writing in both languages. And so with that, between you and Riga, you could definitely start establishing vocabulary.
So I was thinking of beginning a project.
Okay, yeah, great. Love that.
Um,
Okay.
Now I'm not sure when I'll be able to pursue it, but because between the there's two downtime actions at a time, I would have to neglect either the Beast Feast or the or my Warlock action, but that's a question for a future time.
Well, you know, that's the nature.
I do
of
have
the
the
beast,
option
right?
of foregoing the ceremony and giving you a fear.
Well, yeah, you know, it's these games are about resource management.
Yeah.
Ultimately, so you know.
And choices.
I think that learning a language is a relatively big project to complete. However, it is also the sort of thing where it's not an all or nothing, right? It's not that you have nothing until it's done. It's, you're going to make progress as you go. So let me figure out what size project this needs to be. Projects. Progress countdown. I think let's call this a 12 project.
Okay.
12 countdown. But a reminder is that when you work on it, you do a roll, and like a critical success would remove 4 ticks from it. Success with hope 3, success with fear 2, and then any failure is just 1. So like you're gonna get at least 1 tick off of it every time you work on it.
Right.
But you have to spend
starting
the slope.
score is 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that you can request that book, and we don't need to do a roll just for getting the book. I think Riga is interested in it because
Oh, I had forgotten I have a project that we just had not. I've just not had the time, the slots to actually work on it. Thank you for reminding me of that, Bright. It's like, I have a.
So I'll basically allow you to do a regular game downtime in this scenario because berries would usually let you do those things by paying gold for it. In this case, you're getting it for free because you helped the city. So otherwise, basically, we can use the regular long rest rules for the downtime if that's what folks would like it to be, which is entirely reasonable. You do have enough time before the gala to do that.
Yeah. So unfortunately, there's not really a good place on the demiplane character sheet to record projects.
Journal.
That's the best thing I come across.
Yeah. So Willis, are we having this be a long rest downtime or short rest downtime?
I mean, so I would say you have time for a long rest, but I would also say that if you do it as a long rest, that will take you basically right up to the gala time. If you wanted to do a short rest and then go off and do other things, you could also do that.
I think short would be just fine.
Okay. 10 to wounds.
Okay. So with a short rest, of course, 10 to 2 wounds. You're picking 2. Is it 10 to 2 wounds, clear stress, repair armor, or prepare? But working on a project is not a short rest activity.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you can clear hit points, clear stress, repair armor, or gain hope, and you pick 2 of those 4. And recall too, your tier currently is 2. So when you tend to wounds and it's 1d4 plus your tier, that means it's 1d4 plus 2.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't automatically add the tier.
Well, all the more then that you all just need to remember.
Well, I am going to. Let me
Let's
look at my
let's
effects and
have
features here.
first of all let's get some
Oh.
details. Let's do a little scene painting. What's this room like that you're staying in? What does the fanciest room of a fancy mushroom hotel look like?
Mm. Oh,
Go ahead.
I would say there's definitely like no flame lights or anything, but bioluminescent mushrooms as in intricate shapes as the lighting, and like in different colors too. So we could kind of do a disco in here if we wanted to.
Sure. I would imagine that there's probably some like glowing lichens that they've got literally trained to grow in like special patterns and stuff on the walls.
Yeah.
So it's not even just like one light source, but you could have basically the light source in a room is like a mural painted with this glowing fungus.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and kind of, like instead of like a fancy wallpaper, they have like a lattice work of some sort of fungal structure that is just intricate organic designs over the majority of the walls. Perhaps with that lichen intertwined with it.
Nice. What's the furniture like?
Very you got it?
I was going to say the beds are big clusters of puffballs, so they're kind of soft and bouncy, and the chairs are you ever seen the mushrooms that have the cup top instead of the dome top?
Yep.
And so they're like big those big circular cushion chairs that you see that they're like at an angle.
Yeah.
So I love all of this, but I'm just laughing because I'm suddenly imagining the Fungril people doing this for a human hotel and saying like everything's made of meat and like the table's just like a big side of beef.
Well, I mean, it's clear that they build their buildings and
It's
stuff
true.
out
It's
of
true.
mushrooms.
I'm not really saying that there's anything wrong with this. I think it's entirely reasonable.
Yeah.
We're looking at pictures where they look like they're all mushrooms. So, and
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to establish that like, the Fungril they don't eat quite the same way mechanistically as everybody else, but they do eat just about everything, including other fungus, right? It's not, if someone were to like, oh, isn't it like cannibalism for you to eat a mushroom? And they would say like, is it like cannibalism for you to eat a chicken?
Yeah.
No. There's different kinds of fungus. Or do you think we all look the same?
Yeah.
Actually, they very much don't look all the same. Like that's one of the things you've noticed about the Fungril is that they are just like all manner of shapes and sizes.
Yeah, in fact, they probably have a great deal more variation than humans do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So in any case, we're actually getting close to 9:00. I'm good to keep going, but I know that we had kind of talked about like not necessarily starting anything new after 9:00, but
I think now would be a good time. Like it's a rest.
Yeah.
And so basically, what we would we can leave things at is oh, how about this one last activity here?
Okay.
You are told that the gala is fancy. It is
Oh.
formal attire.
Oh,
However,
so
like they sort of will say it's like, we know that you're traveling adventurers. You may not have formal attire. People will understand, but there's sort of an implication that they will be making an exception to say, well, they're adventurers. They're dressed, but
Right.
there's everybody else is going to be dressed fancy.
there's an opportunity to go shopping.
Yeah. Or at the very least, even just say, what is your mushroom gala outfit?
Oh my God.
Mm. Well, I don't have a whole lot of gold, but um, uh, I think if they do any metalworking at all, um, uh,
They do.
Wright is going to go looking for something that he can use. No, no, no.
Nope.
When everybody else is going shopping, Wright is going to see if there is a shrine to the great elder golden slime somewhere in Salt Brine Falls.
I think there probably is. Maybe we can do. Do we want to do a roll to see how big it is? I think I'll say there is there one. Yes. Is it a big, major, well, tended one, or is it kind of a sort of a little the
Want me
banana
to just make
stand
a regular
outfit?
duality roll to see?
Sure.
A
Okay.
17 with fear.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say what that means is that it's a relatively big one, but it's like a slightly different, like their interpretations of some of
Yeah, yeah,
tenets are like they interpret things differently.
yeah,
So maybe we spend some time before next session thinking a little bit about like what's the
yeah, yeah,
difference, like
yeah.
you know maybe it could even be like it could be like Protestant Catholic type difference, or it could even be more than that potentially.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room there
Mm-hmm.
for interesting things and Bright I think is innocent enough of knowledge of any of that
Mm-hmm.
because he was taught that this is just how the religion is,
Yeah.
that he might end up embroiled in something
Uh-oh. Doctrinal disputes.
I
Council
bet
of
that with
Nicaea.
the nature, I think there might be what if there's an aspect where the fungril, just due to their own sort of biological nature, feel like they are closer to the ooze's
Yeah.
natural essence, and that makes them sort of inherently better and closer to the ooze than
and
non-fungus.
instead of the golden elder, the great golden elder slime, it's the great golden elder slime mold.
Yeah.
Oh
I was
yeah.
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that would be good.
Fun.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll, we'll
So
work out something out for next time. I
yeah.
think there.
Okay. But yeah. So yeah, we'll think of that. So and if folks want to wait until next time too to plan what their gala outfit is, then
Yeah.
that'll be good. But otherwise, we'll plan on that basically being next session, at least the beginning of it, is going to the the Salt Brine Falls Fungril community is having a big festival that's going to involve a high profile cooking competition. This is all basically to try to keep people's spirits up, given that they're kind of currently under sort of a semi quarantine.
Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siege / quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Perhaps
Well,
a little bit of mask of the mask of the Red Death going on
Yeah.
too, a little bit.
Oh,
Oh boy, oh boy. That's
Oh.
one way we
Oh,
could go
you
for
dear.
sure.
gave the DM an idea.
I'm suddenly just thinking about how to put Cask of Amontillado in there too.
For the love of
Um,
God, Cristiano.
And now
Okay,
I'm
well.
thinking all Vincent Price all the time right now because Vincent Price did those movies.
So I think, well, next time we will get to watch the Golden Nuggets go to a party.
Party.
Surely everything will
Party,
be normal and
party.
safe and not dangerous. I don't know. Maybe it is. We'll see.
We've played your games.
All right. So we will find out what happens next for the Golden Nuggets when we return for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.
So many
So many
levels.
levels.